Banana yakawanisa sarungano misonzi yangu ya masaru. Hello beautiful people, welcome to the Thought Behind It podcast with me, your lovely host, Harriet Afandi. I'm so excited for us to launch our first series of the Let Them Theory book review. So, The Let Them Theory is a really amazing book by an amazing writer. The writer is Mel Robbins. Mel Robbins is a writer, a motivational speaker, and she has a podcast. If you've not heard of Mel Robbins, then you need to go look for her. She is really good. She has good insights on self-development, wellness. She has just like her podcast is really amazing. So if you have the time, please go listen to her podcast. And if you are a reader like me, please purpose to read her book, The Let Them Theory, and many other books that she has. So I am so excited. I think I've been reading the book, The Let Them Theory, and I can assure you it is worth the read. The insights, the motivation, and for me to decide to do a 9-episode series, it's because that book is insightful. It's that book that you can't read it like a novel because it has so much to digest, because it has like spiritual teachings, stoicism teachings. Like it is very enriched with knowledge on just self-development and how to just live a more peaceful life and be more successful and achieve whatever you want. So I really love the Let Them Theory book, and I'm so excited to share with you the insights from the book, and I believe we'll begin this 9 episodes with a lot of excitement. At the beginning of her book, she tells us of her story and how she began. She just gives us an overview of what her life looked like before she decided to take action. She tells us of a story of she was in debt. She was just in a very low mood. She was at a really bad place at her lowest. She was just sitting she had turned into a couch potato. She was just on her couch. She was feeling sorry for herself. She was feeling sad. She was thinking of all the negative things that you could think of. She's in debt. They were not doing well in her family. The husband was not doing well. There were so many bills that were coming in, and she was just not in a good place. So then one day she just sat down and thought, for a spaceship to take off, there's just the countdown that happens, and once the countdown happens, the spaceship takes off. So what if she decided to just take that approach in her life? So she was seated and just decided, if I decided to count, I just go like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and decide to just take action. What will happen? And so when she decided to do that, things changed. She just counted and decided making application for jobs. She started taking initiative. She just started doing things. She just stated, she's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I'm getting up and I am doing this and this and this. I think that's just a philosophy that everybody should embrace. It's just something that I'm feeling that we need to learn about. It's just that sometimes don't sit down, don't sit back, don't be feeling sorry for yourself. You just need to understand that in everything, you just need to take action. Just make that decision to take action and move like a spaceship, like go. Just don't sit there and just wait for things to happen. No, just from where you're sitting, just decide to take action. It's just the small actions that build up to amazing and big things. Nothing happens overnight. Space wasn't built in a day. Like everything, you just need to be very cautious, take time, and just build on things. And that's just something I'm so big on. I'm like, I don't have to be perfect today. I think as I'm starting this podcast, I know like we have a lot of hiccups, being my first episode, but I think I'm just deciding to take action. I have started a business, pajama business, like a nightwear business, a chill business. So I'm like, I have been wanting to do that, and it's in my vision board. So I am like, I won't stop until I just need to be consistent in whatever I'm doing. Just take action, the small actions. I think my excitement comes in. I've just seen like a few, I'm getting more followers, I'm getting more likes. Yes, I've not made those sales yet, but I'm like, small progress. As in the change, they're just small, significant changes. They have a big impact, and that's just so big for me. I think the other thing for me is for this podcast that we're starting off. So for me, this podcast is really big. I'm like, I have always wanted to do something with my voice. I believe I really have a good voice, and I know I know I really have a good voice, and I have always wanted to use it just to be a tool for hope, and service to other people and just bring change. So I think at the beginning of the year when I started my podcast, it was about the Relatable Reader podcast, but I felt there's something that was missing. So if you check my account, you'll see like there's a few videos I had published on the Relatable Reader podcast. It was review of books, but I felt there is more to Harriet than just reviewing books. Sometimes I just want to share insights, how my mind is thinking. I just feel like I discover something. I'm like, if I just shared this thing, I think it's going to really, like, I would really want people to get this information. Like, I want to hear people's thoughts on certain topics, certain aspects. So I felt limiting myself to the review of the book was just needy. So I needed to take a step back, rethink my move, and decide what I really want to talk about. And that's why I came about with the Thought Behind It podcast. So here is where we just talk about anything. I just want to hear your thoughts. I'm also in the process. I'm sharing my thoughts on different things. For example, on the book currently, like I'm sharing the thoughts on the Lepton theory. So the thought behind the book is just all about reviewing the thoughts behind everything. So, and that is how we're doing the review for the Lepton theory by Mel Robbins. So that's just for me. It has for Mel Robbins, that is, as she begins, she tells us a story of the 5 second rule, which made her begin to take action, which I think is very powerful. Sometimes just don't sit where you are. You have the capability. You're so powerful. Stop sitting there and just act. Just one thing. Start up sending all those job applications. Start talking to people. If you want to improve your public speaking skills, just do it. Just do it. Do it scared. Do it afraid. Just do it. I know it's sometimes really scary, but just do it, because in making that decision to do it, then you're going to move great lengths. Like sometimes I will tell you during this podcast here, I am not very sure of whatever I'm saying. I am not sure of everything, but I'm like, well, sometimes you just have to take the risk and just do it. And you don't know, good things might come. So I'm so excited to just share with you. And I just can't wait for us to go and just achieve more and learn more about it. I think the next thing, as she begins her book, Lolo, and she's just talking about her general story. She talks about her 3 habits in the morning. She talks about fast. When she just gets up, she counts from, like I told you, the space she needs to take off. So you need to take off every morning, like to start your day with so much energy, with so much zeal. Just begin that day so fast. The 5 second rule, where she counts 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then she gets up. 2, she makes her bed. Just that's like a dedication. I am not going to sleep. I'm not going back to sleep. I am ready to begin my day. And thirdly, the high five rule, where she just high five. She goes to the mirror, says a high five. It's like you're psyching yourself up for the day. Like you're the one who is setting the mood for your day. You start your day with so much energy. You start your day with like you have good energies. You have good spirits. You just attract it, and people, like, it doesn't even allow somebody to come in and bring you bad energies. It's like, this is how my day is going to run, and you run it in that exact way. So I think that is so powerful. You're the one who's setting the pace. Like, it's just like it is all on you. You're not depending on anyone to set the mood for your day. You're like, you give yourself a high five, and when you give it, and we all know, like, high fives just don't come about. It's like you've done something really amazing, high five. So imagine in the beginning of your day, you're like, girl, you got this, girl, you're going to make it happen, girl. You just start your day with just motivating yourself, and that's the energy you're going to collect and radiate. And anybody who comes back around you with bad energies, they just know, this is not the person I'm going to bring my bad energies to, because you have already set the mood for your day. So I think that is a very powerful tool that I see from Mel Robbins. And I think if people you don't have to like copy and paste, but just find small, tiny habits that you know will push your day to just what you want to achieve. And I believe that is very powerful, and it will set the pace for whatever you want to achieve. Create habits, healthy habits that can build you. I think for me, first thing, I've been struggling lately with sleep, but I think the first thing is, once I get up, I think I will just do my face routine, feel happy, takes ginger shots. I do ginger shots, like, just to make sure. I'm so big on my fitness. I wake up, take them, maybe take a smoothie, prepare, leave for work. I first do the gym just to set the pace, and then I think if you know the power of the gym, you will be getting up every day to start your day at the gym. It's like it clears your mind for just, I think the gym is more powerful for your mental health as opposed to your, yes, it's good for your physical health, but the biggest portion of the gym is just how it sets the pace for your mental health. Just small, and the main emphasis is that build small habits that just set the pace for your day. And I think from that you can just see what works for you, and look for something that is going to set the pace, what you enjoy doing, what you know will set the pace for your day, and embrace it and move with it. So that's just for me the highlight. And then I'll now begin a few insights on the let them theory. So I think for the let them theory, it consists of two parts. So the first one is let them. Just don't, like, the reason, I think, from Mel Robbins, the reason why you haven't achieved whatever you need to achieve, or to what you should have achieved, is because you're giving people so much power that is limiting you from achieving whatever you want. So the first insight from Mel Robbins is like, let them. So if somebody is becoming rude to you, let them. That's not a you problem, it's a them problem. Like, let them be rude, let them, that is who they are. But how you respond to that is what really matters. If they have, if people come to you being rude, you don't need to give them energies. You just, sometimes you just look at them and you're like, I think this person is just projecting how they feel to me, so I don't really have to react to it. I just don't need to give them my energy. I just need to let them be who they are. I just don't need to be in control of everything. I don't even need to care about if you like me, you don't like me. That's just you. That's a you problem. Let them, like, it's just, let people be who they are. You cannot control how people feel about you. You cannot control what people say about you. You cannot control how people think about you, but you have the power to decide what you want to allow in. The moment you allow all those negative things come into you, you use so much of your energy just focusing on those things. But if you just allow them and just decide, and just, you like, you think I'm not a good person, that's okay, that's on you. But what matters is what I know I am, what I feel about myself, what I think about myself, and just allow people be who they are. I think the first example Mel shares is a time where it was prom night, and I think she was so excited. It was her son. Oh, it was prom night for the son, so he was dressed up and everything. He had a girl. So Mel wants the kids to go to a high-end restaurant and dine there. And then they're like, they want to go to some fast food. And then she's like, how? It's prom. You guys are dressed. And then her daughter's like, she's like, no, people cannot go there. And then she's like, no. The daughter's like, mom, just let them. Because people just need to do what, like, you don't have to control people. You don't need, you spend so much time working on controlling people, and you use so much of your energies. You feel sad, you feel low because people maybe have not conformed to whatever you wanted them to, just because you're trying to control them. I think the most important thing is just let people do what they want. There is, you can share what you feel about things, but you just can't control them. If people don't want to do what you want them to do, just let them. And it gives you so much peace because you're letting people be who they really are. And sometimes I think it's very important because it sheds light on the real characters of people. And you know, some people, now it helps you decide on people who you want to be around you, or people who you just want to put boundaries on how your relationships need to run. So I think reading the let them theory, it just guides you on how to deal with different issues, on how to handle different people. I think that's why I'm telling you, it's an insightful book, and the best way to review it is in a nine series episodes. And I think from the 9 series episodes, we'll just discuss at each level. We'll elaborate on the different ways to use them. The let them theory. We'll discuss on how to use the let them theory, on how to handle relationships, on how to handle family, on how to handle, like, different aspects of your life. So I think it's, and how to relay boundaries. Those are just some of the key areas that you're going to be discussing from the let them theory book. So I hope you are ready to let them and let me. And when you say let them and let me, you get the power to control and decide how your life moves. So I hope we are all ready to move. I think we've just given an overview of the let them theory, on its purpose, on what impact you're aiming to have. And I think in our next episode, I will be so excited to further elaborate on what it means to move from what the clear definition of the let them theory giving people power, allowing people to be who they are, and you making the decision on you moving from the let them and let me handle it, let me move with it like this. It's just the transition from letting people be who they are to the point where you allowing yourself to just have control over your life, decide what makes you happy, how your life moves, how things move for you. So I hope you are all excited. Please share your feelings. If you've read the book, please share your insights on what you think about the Let Them Theory book. And if you have not yet read it, please go get a copy and read it. And I believe you'll get the insights that you need. And if you are not a reader, that is why I am here to further elaborate this book to you and just share the insights and the knowledge that is filled in this book with you, because, well, knowledge needs to be shared. And I am so excited about sharing my thoughts, my feelings on this book, because everything and anything has a thought behind it. And I am so excited and I'm looking forward to sharing with you the thought behind the book, The Let Them Theory. And I can promise you, this is a must read. If you can't read it, a must listen from the Thought Behind It podcast. And you can further listen to the podcast by Mel Robbins, and you will further get information, because knowledge is so wide, and getting it from different angles, it just helps you better understand it. So I am so excited. I can't wait to just for us to just this has been my Bible for some time, because with the Let Them Theory, it's so powerful. It has so many teachings that you cannot read it like a novel. For me, I felt it was a really big struggle for me to read it like a novel. I had to just pick it chapter by chapter and dig into it and just get the insights in it, because of how powerful and how empowering, and the knowledge that is there, which needs you to also be very intentional about it, because you need to just get to read it, understand what it encompasses of, and then after that, move with the information so that you can implement it in your life and just see different changes. So I am so excited, you guys. So let us, as we begin the 9 series on the review of the Let Them Theory book by Mel Robbins. So join me in our next review every Wednesday for the Let Them Theory for the next 9 episodes. Can't wait to see you in our next review. And please don't forget to share your words of wisdom, share your your understanding of the Let Them Theory. Give me feedback on how the podcast turned out and what's your feeling on the podcast, because, well, I'm open to feedback. Please share it. And let's grow this podcast. Let's just work together and let's share insights. Let's share the thoughts, because we said everything and everything, anything and everything has a thought behind it. So ciao, and can't wait to see you again. Have been your lovely host, sharing my thoughts and insights. Harriet Afandi. Can't wait to see you again in our next episode. Ciao.